student, this is Pratibha, proprietor of Chalukya Academy. This is the last session of transformation topic from Mathematics IGCSE board. In this session, we are going to discuss the questions based on the transformation. Now, up till now, we have done the questions where we had to identify or we had to draw the object as per the given instruction. Whether sometimes you had to draw the translation or you had to do the rotation and etc. Now, this kind of question, you will be given the transformation and you need to identify the type of transformation, whether it is enlargement or rotation or translation or it is reflection. Okay, so this graph is given to you and they will ask the question this way, that describe fully the single transformation that maps shape A onto shape B, shape A onto shape C, shape A onto shape D. Okay, so now let's start with this question and let's see how to solve such kind of question. So first we will see what will be the type of transformation from shape A onto shape B. Okay, now in this case you can see that the size of both the shapes are same. Okay, now here the size is same, that means it should not be or it may not be enlargement, because in case of enlargement either the size will reduce or it will get enlarged. Okay, next it will not be a reflection, because in the reflection the image is either vertically inverted or vertically sidewise. That means the left hand side will become right hand side or right hand side will become left hand side, or the top of the image will get tilted towards the downside. That top will become just tilted over here till it will turn totally 180 degree. So in the reflection we will see total 180 degree rotation. So this cannot be a reflection. Okay, next is translation. In translation also the object will move either upward or downward or sidewise. It will not rotate, it will not change its direction. So it might be a, what we can say, it might be a rotation, because in case of rotation the direction of the vertex or direction of the point of the given shape will change. So now let's see. So to identify the rotation, so this way we have to come to the conclusion roughly that what kind of transformation would be. Now I am taking this tracing paper. I am just keeping this tracing paper over this graph paper and I will trace this triangle A. Okay, so I am tracing this angle A. Now we know that in rotation you need to give 3 points. First, we will write, so it might be rotation, and this kind of rotation, if it is based on rotation, it will be asked for 3 marks. So you have to provide 3 points. First, that is whether it is anti-clockwise or clockwise. Okay, so direction you have to mention whether it is clockwise or anti-clockwise. Then you have to mention the origin, and then you have to mention the angle, whether it is 90 degree or whether it is 180 degree or whether it is 360 degree. So these 3 points we have to describe. So each point will be given for the, or will be asked for the 1 mark. Okay, now let's go for this transformation, that is from A to B. Now first we need to know the origin. Now you can see this is the base, this is also the base. You can see that both the objects are at the same level. Okay, both the objects are at the same level. So origin must be lying between this gap. It should not be very it should not be at the y-axis, which is very higher. It is not towards the lower side. Okay, so let's see, let's go for, it should not be 0 because both the objects are at the same level. So let's go for the 4, origin 4, and we will move the object. Now what you will observe that when I am moving the tracing paper, I hope everybody can see properly. So when I am moving the tracing paper, you can see that the image is little ahead than the given answer. It means the origin should be lying below the point 4. Okay, so now let's go over here. Let's come to the original position here. I am again coming to the original position. Now I came to the conclusion that 4 cannot be the origin because our image is going above the above the shape which is given to us. So we are going down. We are going for a 3 coordinates, that is the y coordinates. I am moving the object. Now here you can see that we are coming little towards the given shape. Okay, now let's see here. Let's go for this. We are not moving this side, or we are not moving this side, because by taking 3 we are coming closer to the image, or closer to the shape B. So let's go along the y-axis downward. So now I am moving this. See, now you can see here, now this triangle which I have, or the shape which I have traced, is exactly coinciding with the, or exactly matching with the given shape. Okay, so this is your answer. So this is the origin, that is 0, 2. Now we got the origin here, so we are writing here 0, 2. Okay, so origin is 0, 2 over here. Okay, next, now we got the origin. Now what we have to do? We have to find out the angle. So what we can do here, we just put the cross at the origin and we will draw the line over here. Okay, also we are drawing line on the graph paper, so we will exactly come to know whether it will rotate 90 degree or 180 degree. Okay, now we know we are rotating in this way, that means it is anti-clockwise. Now let's see whether it is 90 degree or 180 degree. Now I am rotating this. Okay, so this is what? This is anti-clockwise direction. I am rotating this. Now you can see it makes 90 degree angle. Okay, so this is our answer. So we are writing here. So direction is what? Anti-clockwise. Okay, so we have come to the final conclusion. Origin is what? 0, 2, and angle is 90 degree. So 1 mark for the direction, 1 mark for the origin, and 1 mark for the angle. Sometimes if they have given 180 degree, then they may ask for 2 marks, because whenever the angle is 180 degree, whether you rotate the given object clockwise or anti-clockwise, you will come to the same answer. So for 180 degree, it may be asked for 2 marks, and other than 180 degree, it will be asked for 3 marks, because you have to mention all these 3 points, and every point will be given 1 mark. Okay, next we will go to shape A onto shape C. Now shape A to shape C. Now here you can see that you can make out it will be a reflection, because you can see in a reflection the object, okay, through the mirror line will just flip over the 180 degree. So this is just turning the 180 degree through the mirror line, and we know that the object and the image are always equidistant from the mirror line. So let's see here, equidistance. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because there is no what you can say, there is no change in the shape, there is no change in the direction, so it should not be a rotation. And you can see this is just 180 degree the object is moving, so it should be what? A reflection. So now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, as I told you that object and image should be equidistant from the mirror line. So this will be our mirror line. So I am just drawing the mirror line over here. So this way you have to show on your paper. So y is equal to 1. So again, this kind of transformation, that is from A to C, this kind of transformation will be asked for 2 marks, because you have to give 2 points. So first is reflection, and you have to provide the mirror line. So mirror line is y is equal to 1. So y is equal to 1. So 1 mark for reflection, that is to identify the type of transformation, and 1 mark to identify the mirror line, where x coordinate or y coordinate. Now let's go to find out the transformation from shape A to shape D. now shape A to shape D. Now dear students, you can easily make out that there is a decrease in the shape. So definitely it is enlargement. Okay, so now if this is enlargement, then again this is asked for 3 marks. Okay, so first, so 1 mark for type of a transformation that we are already identified, that is it is enlargement. Okay, now for enlargement you have to provide the scale factor that by which it will enlarge or it will reduce, and then third point you have to provide the origin. So 1 mark for the type of enlargement, 1 mark where you need to identify the scale factor, and 1 mark for the origin. So let's discuss about this. Now I will rub all this so that you will get a clear picture over here. Now to identify the enlargement, what you need to do, you have to join the corresponding points. Now you can see these 2 points are corresponding to each other. Now D and D you can see here. Okay, so and this is, these are corresponding, so I am just drawing the line. Okay, so we just need to join the corresponding points. So here this is the tip of the object, so I am just joining here. Okay, next we can go here. So maximum 2 or maximum 3 lines will give you the idea of the origin. Now see here, this is the origin where all the 3 lines are intersecting each other. So what is the origin of this enlargement? That is 0, 0. Now we have to identify the scale factor. Now you can see here, this part is covering 2 units and this part is covering 1 unit. This part is covering 2 units and this part is covering 1 unit. So you can see it is reduced. It is not only reduced by half, it is coming downwards. That means the scale factor is -2. Why minus? The scale factor is minus half. Why it is minus? Because the object or this given shape is moving downwards. That's why it is minus. Why half? Because this is 2 units and the similar part or corresponding part is just 1 unit. That means it is a half of the original shape. So the scale factor is half, origin is 0, 0 and enlargement is 1, and type of transformation is 1 mark. So dear students, this way you have to show each and everything on the graph. That is how you have identified the origin, how you go about this rotation and all. So this way you can get a full marks on this topic, that is transformation. Now let's take a second question. Same kind of question we are discussing over here. So now here you will be given the flag A and flag B and flag C. Okay, so now they ask the question that describe fully the single transformations that maps flag A into flag B. It is asked for 3 marks. Flag A onto flag C, it is again asked for 3 marks. So 3 marks means you have to provide 3 points. Okay, so now let's identify the type of transformation over here. So first we go from flag A to flag B. Now if you look at these 2 figures, you will understand that this is the rotation. That means this might be a rotation because the direction it changed. The flag A is just what you can say, change its direction, so it might be a rotation. Now the origin is always lying between the given 2 figures, so it must be lying over here, or it must be lying over here, or it must be lying over here. So again I am taking the tracing paper over here. Okay, I am keeping the tracing paper over this graph paper. I will trace the triangle A because we have to find out the type of transformations from flag A to flag B. Okay, so now I am tracing this A. Okay, so it must be lying between these 2 given figures. So let's start with -5 and we will rotate here. Okay, see, this is not matching. Okay, this is going away from here. Okay, so now we will just move this side. Let's see, we are moving in this side. Let's see where the object is going, see it is going away from this given flag B, so we have to move towards the right side. So this way you can judge. So now here, see, previously I was at -5. Let's go to -3 and see how it will move. Okay, now you can see it is going towards this. Let's see. Okay, now see here. So -3, then I am going here -1. Okay, see, if I am going for -1, I can see that I am getting the same kind of object, like direction is same, but I am little above the given flag B over here. So I am just shifting little bit towards the right side and I will move. See, now I am moving anti-clockwise, see, like this. So now I got the origin. So once I got the origin, I will draw the line, because now we got the type of transformation, that is rotation. Second, we got that is the origin. Now we need to know the direction, whether it is now we need to know the angle, whether it is 90 degree, 360 or 180. See, this you can easily make out. Just I am giving you for information. So you can see here, again this is making 90 degree angle. Okay, and I am moving this anti-clockwise. See here, it is exactly coinciding with the given flag B. Okay, so this is 90 degree. So answer is first 1 mark, that is a type of transformation, that is rotation. Okay, we got origin 0, 0 and angle is 90 degree. So 1 mark for type of transformation, 1 mark for origin and 1 mark for the angle. Okay, so this is the way we can get the full marks if you will able to write, or if you are writing the answer point wise. So this we have done. Now we will go to flag A to flag C transformation, or that transformation that maps flag A onto flag C. Now here you can easily make out that there is a enlargement. Okay, because the shape is changed, shape is increased, so this is enlargement. So first point we got that this should be enlargement. Okay, so now what we want origin and we want here scale factor. Okay, now we know that for origin what we have to do, we have to draw the line which is passing through the corresponding points of the given figures. So now these two are corresponding points, so I am just drawing the line which is passing through this corresponding points. Now these two are the, see, this I am taking. See, if you are drawing the two lines also, you can easily get the origin. See, I am getting the origin, but again I am drawing a third to just confirm the origin over here. So this way I am drawing the 3 lines. Now you can see all the 3 lines are coinciding, or are not coinciding, are intersecting at this point. Okay, so this is my origin. So first I have to write the coordinate of x-axis, that is -2, and then I have to write the coordinate of y-axis, that is 1. So you can see here this is 1 and this is -2. Okay, now we got the origin, that is -2, 1. Now we have to go for the scale factor. First of all, the flag A to flag C, the figure is moving downwards, that means it should be minus. Again you can see this is 1 unit and this is the corresponding side is 2 units. If you see this side is 2 units and its corresponding side is 4 units, that means the scale factor is 2 and it is -2 because it is moving downwards. So this is -2. So 1 mark for a type of enlargement, 1 mark for origin and 1 mark for a scale factor. Okay, so I hope that you are understanding what I am showing and how I am drawing it. So this way you have to show on your paper. Okay, so this is just I am erasing it. So you have to show the lines which are meeting to their corresponding points, and you have to show the intersection point that will give the origin. Now next you are asked to find out the single transformation that maps triangle T onto triangle U, triangle T onto triangle U and triangle T onto triangle V. So now this is your main triangle. Okay, now first we will find out T to U. Okay, now this is asked for 2 marks. Now dear students, whenever they ask for 2 marks, okay, this is for 2 marks and this is for 3 marks. So whenever they ask for 2 marks, it might be translation, because in translation you have to give only 2 points, that is a type of transformation and second, that is a column factor. Now we have already learned that translation of any given figure will be done with the help of what? Column factor. So one is a type of transformation and 1 mark for a type of transformation and 1 mark for the column factor. So you can see here in this case the direction, it is not rotating at all, the direction is same. Okay, next it is not an enlargement, it might not be enlargement, because enlargement may mostly as I told you, the shape will change, the size will change, not shape will change, the size will change, and the rotation, as we discussed, that there is a change in the direction. So it might be translation, because you can see that the object is moving first towards the left side and then it will go towards the upward. Okay, so now it might be a translation. So let's see, we are taking this and this corresponding point. You can see this corresponding point is moving 2 units towards left, it is reaching over here and then 2 units upwards. Okay, so it means it might be what you can say, the scale factor 2, but here we are moving towards the left side, so it is -2, and towards along the y-axis we are moving upward, that means it is 2. As we know that when we are on the x-axis, along the x-axis, when you are moving towards the right side, the scale factor or the x coordinate will be positive. When you are moving towards the left side, the x coordinate will be negative. When you are moving along the y-axis towards the upward, then it will be positive. When you are moving downward, it will be negative. So this way we could identify the column factor by which we can translate the figure. So this is the type 1, that is a translation, and column factor, as we have identified here, -2, 2. So dear students, 1 mark for translation and 1 mark for this column vector. Okay, now we will go to transformation from T to V. So you can easily make out, let me clear this. Now from T to V, you can see here, you can easily make out that this is the enlargement. So here we can write the enlargement. So again, enlargement, what we need to do, we need to know the origin and we need to know the scale factor. Okay, so as we discussed, that we will now draw the line which will move through the corresponding sides. Okay, so because we need to know the origin. Now this is the second side through which we are we get this roughly or confirm, we know that there is a origin is 0, 3, but again we will go to, yes, all the here both the points, the line is going through 2 points, 2 corresponding points of the given triangle. So this is the origin, and this way we can draw this. Okay, in exam you should draw only with the pencil. I am drawing with the sketch pen so that you can easily, or you can see prominently. So please don't draw with the sketch pen, don't draw with the pen, only draw with the pencil in the exam. Okay, so here we got the origin, that first, while giving the origin, first you have to give the x coordinate, that is 0. Okay, see, these are very small things, but you need to understand, you need to follow this strictly, otherwise unnecessarily you will lose the marks. So y coordinate is 3 over here. Now scale factor, now you can see, you can take any one side of the triangle. So this is 1 unit, it is covering 1 unit and it is covering 3 units. Okay, so scale factor is 3, and you can see that it is not going now, it is neither going downward or upward. That means it is remaining same, that means it will not be negative. Here we will take one more side. It is covering 2 units, and it is 1 2 3 4 5 6, it is a 6 units. So 2 into 3, that is scale factor is 3. So here the scale factor is 3. So this way you can get here 1 mark for the typod transformation, 1 mark for the origin, and 1 mark for the scale factor. So dear students, now you must have understood that this topic is very scoring topic. It is very easy, but yes, it needs little practice. And dear students, give more emphasis on solving more and more IGCSE past paper questions on the respective topic, then definitely you will excel in the examination. Thanks for watching the video. Have a good day.